On.
Where is her?
To the next class, or you?
Okay, I can hear what you're.
Okay.
I don't know if that's easier.
Okay. All right. Well, we're on record in case number 09-072 NA for our 7th review, and I look forward to the updates after appearances.
Michael McFarland, Attorney Guardian Life.
Ms. Saja Thomas, counsel for the department. Ms. Burgess.
Okay, Mrs. Thomas, you're going to need to switch your audio. Thank you. Ms. Burgess?
Brenda Burgess, foster care worker for the department.
Michael Brooks, I represent the father, Richard Shea, who is not present.
Nor logged in. Have you heard from your client?
No, never.
Carson Howard, Brittany Shea's court-appointed attorney.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ariel Berger here on behalf of April Shea.
Thank you. Have you heard from your client? We don't have her logged in or present either.
I have not, Your Honor.
All right. And under Stephanie Pardo Juarez, if you could introduce yourselves, please. And thank you for your patience this morning.
Yeah, of course. I am Stephanie Pardo Juarez. I am the clinician for Brittany here at Wedgwood. Just say I am Brittany.
Welcome. Good morning. All right, Mr. McFarland, let's start with your report.
Your Honor, we had a group meeting July 22nd in which Brittany participated. She's aware of the plans to move. I would say she's apprehensive because she's comfortable where she's at, but she's has good expectations of the move, but she is apprehensive. I did stress again at that meeting that it's been over a year that we've been waiting for progress on the guardianship, which hasn't happened. My suggestion is that where she's residing right now, we immediately proceed with the guardianship, and then it can be transferred once she goes to a wedding. The other issue that has come up, was brought to my attention today, is that Brittany's 18. We do need consent for her medical treatment. I'm not sure that she has full capacity to grant that. So we would like a court order that the agency and Wedgwood have the ability to consent to medical treatment for her, Your Honor. So that's being requested. Thank you.
Thank you. Testimony this morning, Ms. Thomas.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll ask Ms. Burgess to provide her report.
Ms. Burgess, come on up to our witness stand.
You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Good morning, Ms. Burgess. You have prepared a court report for today's hearing, correct?
Correct.
And included in it are several documents, significantly some incident reports. And to the best of your knowledge, are there any updates or modifications that need to be made to any of those documents that you've included?
No.
Okay. And at this time, the current permanency goal for Ms. Shea is an adult guardianship, correct?
Correct.
And it looks like included in your court report was what's commonly referred to as a 612 evaluation. Is that accurate?
Yes.
And at this time, do you believe that it would be in Ms. Shea's best interest to move forward with an adult guardianship?
Yes, I do. However, we're waiting for SSI to be, for her to become eligible for SSI. We've applied for SSI for her. It does take 7 to 8 months. FCD or federal compliance has said that we should not apply for guardianship for her until SSI is in place, because the department will stop paying for replacement. So we're ready to petition. We're ready to petition. It's just that once we do petition and there is a guardian, then we won't be able to pay for replacement.
And if the SSDI is not active at that point in time, it would be on the guardian to ensure her payment for wherever she's living. Is that accurate?
Yes.
During this review period, can you just briefly highlight how things have been going for the parents of Ms. Shea?
I talked with Ms. Shea a few times. She was aware of this hearing and said that she would be present. She's mostly had questions about, Brittany's placement. And it's my understanding that she's still had phone calls with Brittany. I spoke to Mr. Shea once, talked with him for a little bit. I know he's working. Other than that, I know he has contact with Brittany as well. But that's all that I have for an update.
Have there been any concerns about the contact between Brittany and her parents?
Yes, there was one phone call where mom was, and it was monitored, the phone call was monitored, and mom was talking to Brittany and saying some things like, saying things against the system. And, they don't want me to have contact with you, and once you leave there, I'm going to come and get you, and things like that. I did address that with Ms. Shea. She denied everything and tried to say what she meant by those comments.
Okay. As far as the several incidents that are documented in your court report, have any of them led to any significant changes in Brittany's progress or in her placement at all?
No.
And relatively speaking, compared to other review periods, has Brittany continued to make progress in her own treatment goals through Wedgwood?
I think so. I haven't been on the case that long enough to really know, but and I know it looks like she's had a lot of incidences, but I know there were several restraints within those same incidents. It's hard for me to say because I haven't been involved.
You were assigned this case early May, correct?
Correct.
And in the last 3 months, you've been able to secure the assessment necessary to make a recommendation for adult guardianship, and you were able to apply for SSDI, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you have a plan moving forward to apply for that adult guardianship as soon as SSDI is active, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And Mr. McFarland had mentioned the need for specific consent in a court order for psychotropic medication. Is there anything else that you'd like to add about that point?
I don't think so.
What is the specific language that you would need in order to be able to consent for psychotropic medication for Brittany?
Something to the effect that she's 18 years old and unable to consent for herself, pending a guardian, I guess that would be the language.
Okay. Is there anything else that you'd like to report to the court today?
Yes. So CMH is working with us and looking for a placement. They have not located a placement yet. Once they do, I know that a psychiatrist will also want, a guardian or somebody that can sign for her medication. So, I mean, I'm hoping that this order would help in that way too.
Thank you. With that, Your Honor, I have no further questions of Ms. Burgess, and I'd move to admit the court report.
No objection.
No objection.
No objections.
Other than it's 124 pages long.
No objection.
Thank you. They are received. Questions, Ms. Berger?
No questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Howitt?
It was my understanding that CMH had identified a place in Flint. Is that still an option?
They identified a place in Flat Rock and that did anticipate openings, and he has not heard back from that agency. He's been trying to reach them.
Is the proposed guardian still the same as it was in the meeting a few weeks ago?
Yes,
Have you guys arranged a meet and greet for Brittany and the proposed guardian?
not yet.
Is that something that Brittany might want?
Yes, I think so.
Nothing further.
Mr. Brooks, any questions?
What is this young lady's birth date?
Gosh, I have to look.
Your Honor, just because we're live streaming this, I would ask that Ms. Burgess not be compelled to answer that question. The information should be in court report or in documents.
I didn't understand what she said, but I can skip it and ask the question I really want to know.
Very well, go
And it's
ahead.
this, SSI, and I'm personally familiar with it, is going to take months and months and months. This young lady will reach the age of 19 before that process is completed. You agree with me?
Yes,
So what are we gonna do in the gap? Because you're not gonna be able to pay for it. SSI she isn't eligible yet. Now what?
the department will pay for her placement. We just need to find a placement before she turns 19, and the department will pay for that.
Okay, that's all.
Any questions, Mr. McFarland?
Mr. Carson asked one of my questions to Mr. Brooks, but my only question is, this is an NA case for a child. She's no longer a child. How long can your department pay for her or keep this case open as an adult?
I believe until age 20, if the court agrees to keep it open.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you for your testimony. You may return to your seat. All right. Any other witnesses, Ms. Thomas?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Berger?
No, Your Honor, I've had no contact from my client. I did send her a letter reminding her of today's hearing, but I've not heard back.
Thank you. Mr. Howard?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Brooks?
No client, no comment.
Mr. McFarland?
If Brittany's attorney isn't going to call her, neither will I. So thank you.
Very well. Any comments in closing, Ms. Thomas?
Thank you, Your Honor. I know this court has been patiently waiting for that DD guardianship to be petitioned for. However, I think that Ms. Burgess in her short time on this case has made significant progress in figuring out the best pathway forward to ensure that Brittany continues to be in a placement that meets her needs and that to ensure payment of that placement. So I just request status quo until we have more information on that. I know that it will be several months before we are able to secure that Social Security income. But I believe at least now we're on an actual pathway forward, given that steps are being made. And so we just request ongoing jurisdiction at this time. Thank you.
Any comments from you, Ms. Berger?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Howard?
Yes, Your Honor. I was able to meet with Ms. Shea at the family team meeting a couple weeks ago and talk to her a little bit about this plan that we had in place. I would say that Mr. McFarland's comments are correct, that she's still a little apprehensive, but when talking with some of her providers there, they do say that she's kind of looking forward and a little bit excited for change. and, to just address some of the comments regarding her relationship with her parents. There was a phone call that was inappropriate, where I think we've seen this before with Brittany, where she doesn't necessarily want to tell her mom, what she's actually feeling. So she'll kind of tell her what she may want to hear. But I do think that it's appropriate to allow continued contact with Brittany and her family, as it's in the court report, and Wedgewood has reported that the visits and communication with the family helps Brittany, just as long as it stays appropriate towards, non-case related material. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Brooks?
No, thank you.
Mr. McFarland?
Your Honor, I'm comfortable now with the plan for Social Security first and then guardianship, knowing that the agency will keep this case active until she's age 20. Hopefully, we're not going to need that amount of time. I didn't want there to be a gap. It doesn't appear that there will be. Thank you.
Thank you. Court finds all interested parties are given notice for purposes of today's review hearing. The child does, well, we don't now, does remain in the safest and least restrictive circumstances in that placement under the circumstances, I should say. She continues to need that supported level of care at the QRTP level, and that court order will reflect that. For all the reasons articulated by Ms. Burgess, as well as supported by Mr. McFarland and the information in the lengthy court report, as Mr. Brooks pointed out. So the supports from the Department of Health and Human Services are appropriate and necessary at this level for Ms. Shea moving forward, and those will continue to be authorized and ordered by the court in the next review period. I do appreciate the updates on what's happening with her and Ms. Burgess's rapid support system deployment, if you will, in the last report period. So we're going to make sure we give credit where credit's due. As Mr. McFarland pointed out, there had been a significant lag in progress on what needs to happen. In the meantime, Ms. Shade's been well supported where she's at. She's been able to make progress in a lot of different areas, and will continue to make that progress, I'm sure, in the next report period. Certainly, the department is satisfying their obligations as well as all of our attorneys and our guardian ad litem, and the order will also reflect that, as well as some of the updates from the services supported, put in place to support Ms. Shea. The order will continue to reflect that no reasonable efforts towards reunification will be necessary or engagement with the parents. I will continue to defer to Wedgewood and the department on contact between the child and parents. That appears to be working well, as Mr. Howard pointed out. And we'll have our next review and permanency planning hearing on November 3rd. That's a Monday. Monday, November 3rd at 10:30 in the morning. Unless there's any questions, that's all for today. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Your Honor.